What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another My Prison video. I'm really excited because you guys showed insane amounts of support in my last video, and honestly, I'm really enjoying just expanding our prison here. If you notice, there is a platform over on the left-hand side that I've kind of set down, and that's because in the last video, I told you guys that we were going to be working on a massive sports center. But ever since then, I have gone ahead, sat down, sort of read through the entire Discord, some of the things that you guys were saying, and there's some really interesting kind of methods that everybody has. So while I do want to make this prison look really pretty, and I mean, I want it to kind of make sense, I do want to also keep it efficient. So we're going to take some of these ideas, put them into practice. But for the time being, I want to go ahead and kind of build a structure that is going to be completely future proof, even though it won't be completely filled up with equipment right now because, well, it would kind of be a waste of money to really purchase a crazy amount of equipment right now when I don't have the sufficient amount of cooks, I don't have the sufficient amount of showers, but it's all good because we're going to be doing this episode by episode. And looking over at my OBS, I have now wasted 2 minutes that we could be doing a whole lot of building. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Over here, I have all of the equipments that I'm going to be using for the time being. Obviously, if I have a lot of extra money after we build the actual, whoa, I am saying actual a lot. But anyways, once we build the entire thing over here, then maybe I'll go ahead and include maybe 10 more machines. Because if you aren't aware, it is one workout machine, or I guess you could say sports machine, because that is what the NPC says, per every single prisoner. So if I wanted to expand my prison by 10 more, I need to add 10 more equipment. This is going to remain as the front entrance, but I will be knocking down this wall, which will turn into a path that leads into this massive building right here. Inside of this building, it will be divided by 2 separate rooms. The left side will be a basketball court, while the right side is going to remain just strictly equipment. Back here, I have a little bit of a section that I have not used at all, which I do plan on expanding the shower and then going outwards, but I do want to take kind of a little bit of this area maybe and include a stairs so that we can make a second floor to the equipment and make it 100% future proof. So I'm going to start off by grabbing a couple of these prison fences so that we can expand this over here. So there we go, right here, right here. I'm going to skip that because they do have a singular one that I can switch to, and I'm going to skip that right there because I'm going to have to include it there. So right here, we're going to throw this one, and then over here, same exact thing. So now we've got ourselves a perfect kind of walkway into the main building, which is going to be really interesting because currently our kind of like surveillance office is located right here. So it is literally perfect. They're going to have a perfect window to look through everybody that's walking into the gym. And like I have, all around my entire prison, I will set up a camera system inside of here as well, even though I'm pretty sure cameras don't work in the game and do absolutely nothing. If I'm wrong, correct me though. Either way, back to the important stuff here. So ideally, I wanted to add a double door here, but I don't think it's going to look good just simply because, well, there's only 3 blocks to work with. So yeah, I think we're just going to end up putting a single door there. And then I will put these walls right on the edges. So right now, the window is actually one outside and one looking inside of the gym. That might actually be literally perfect. Let's go ahead and build the rest of the structure here, which I always forget that I can just drag and not do them one by one. So there we go. Drag that across. Same thing for back here. And I'm going to kind of leave this section open because I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that just yet. All right, so I already have a basketball court over here, so I'm going to grab that and bring it inside of our building just so I can show you guys what I more or less have in mind. Although now that I'm looking at it, this basketball court might be really big. Go ahead and place down a second one and take a look. That is actually massive. I wish there was kind of like decorations that I could go ahead and place on the floor, which that actually reminds me, I need to probably scoot these down maybe like right there because I will have to put some bleachers up on this side. So let's take a look. That seemed like enough space. I feel like that's close enough, right? All right, so let's kind of keep it more or less like that. I don't really want to put any in the corners because, I mean, obviously people are not going to be able to see what's going on in the game if they're in the corners. So I don't want to put any there. That's more than enough bleachers. I do need to scoot this one down Just one square, so right here, perfect. And right there, we've got ourselves the basketball court. Again, I wish I was able to go ahead and kind of add a little bit of design on the floor. Now, I know this is going to seem a little ridiculous, but I think we're going to put a fence inside of here to sort of separate the inmates that are playing basketball as well as the inmates that are going to be just working out. Not 100% sure if this is done in real prisons, but it makes sense in my head, so we're going to go with kind of that look right there. Maybe we'll go ahead and throw in some water dispensers in here as well, which works perfect because we did leave these gaps on the side. So I'll put one right there and another one over there. Perfect. The only other thing that would probably push it a little bit higher would be maybe throwing in a soda machine or two right next to that to kind of just add a little bit of feng shui and make everything balanced. Oh, beautiful. Our sports side is now 100% completed. Taking a look at this in person, it looks pretty good, to be honest, dude. This is actually sick. I mean, obviously, you know, the court is a little bit on the small side. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think that the actual prisoners in this game use the court, so I don't think it really matters. Now we're gonna work with basically everything on this side to place down machine. And honestly, this is gonna be extremely simple. We're gonna basically separate treadmills with the weightlifting machines, so we're good. Pathfinding in this game is very, very easy to work with. You can place everything literally on top of each other, and it really won't make a difference. The AI will find a way to get to it, which is, you know, kind of what I was mentioning at the start of this video about people finding different methods. If you remember in my last video, I built this entire cell section right over here where we were able to fit an additional 20 prisoners. Well, since then, I have learned that these fancy little rooms are kind of not necessary. You can basically build an entire building, put a bunch of beds next to it and a bunch of toilets next to it, and as long as there is one bed and one toilet per prisoner, you are 100% good. So I might be either expanding this building more to the right or completely redesigning it. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to read the comments to see what you guys say. Maybe we'll focus on that in the next episode. Either way, now let's go ahead and start moving our workout machines, which I will need to place these. Realistically, I'm going to leave that side of the room for treadmills, this side for all of the bench presses. So we'll kind of use this door as a middle point. So yeah, guys, like I was saying, oh, there's a massive riot going on. What's going on here? I have no idea where the riot is happening, but there is a riot going on right now. Where is this happening? Is it inside of the big storm? There is no way there's a... Where is everyone? Hey, yo, what? I'm so confused. It says massive riot, but everyone is sleeping. Dude, the game is literally saying that there's a massive riot. Look at this massive riot. This is, what an intense riot, huh? I don't mind if all the riots go down like that. Either way, back to the topic at hand here. So in total right now, we have a total of 10 workout machines, 4 up there and 6 down here at the bottom. So we're doing pretty good because we have 1 for every single prisoner that we have, but we have more prisoners that are going to be coming in, and I want to make that exactly 10 more. So for that reason, I think we're going to go ahead and add some more in right now, and then we will get started on working on the actual second floor of this place, because that's kind of the idea that I have right now. So just in case in the future when I need to add more machines, I can just simply go to the second floor. Keep in mind, currently in the game, you can only have 85 prisoners inside of your prison. So yes, in theory, we will need a total of 85 machines. So let's go ahead and add some more treadmills here. We got 1, 3, 4, switch over to this, 7, 8, and 9, 10. There we go. We kept it nice and balanced. So we can now go ahead and cross that off of our list. Machines and sport equipment, 100% done. We don't have to worry about that until we plan on expanding to 30 prisoners. But now we have to figure out how we're going to do this second floor. This is where it's going to get a little tricky, because if I do what I have in mind, just in stairs, I will be spending $5,000. And realistically, I don't need to do that right now. So this is more or less what I have in mind right now. We're going to purchase 1 stair and place it right here, which actually, now that I'm looking at it, I may not even need to buy 2 of these. I would only need to buy a second one if I'm going to like a 3rd floor, which I don't even know if that's an option. No, it's only 2 floors and then a roof. So yeah, this is perfect. We could just buy it, place it right here, and we're good to go. I'll just build a path here on the side, seal this up. Yeah, this might work. Just don't know if I want to buy the stairs right now. Spending 2,000 on stairs seems a little ridiculous, especially since we need to kind of expand everything else. We need to expand the kitchen. We need to expand the showers. There's a lot we got to do. So yeah, I think for the time being, we're just going to go ahead and seal this up. But we will need to keep in mind that in the future, I need to use this space. So I cannot expand the kitchen from this point, unfortunately, but that's okay. Perfectly fine. What we're going to do is we're going to knock down all of these walls, destroy these cells, and potentially use this whole entire area right here as the office for the officers. Kitchen will be moved to a completely different area once we buy some more land. Overall, though, I think we did a really good job. I kind of just added a little bit of post-its here on the wall to kind of add a little bit of effect to it, I guess. We're also going to throw down one of these cameras just because, again, I really love the cameras. Makes it look cool, so why not? We'll throw that in there. Metal detector. I kind of want to put one right here in the entrance. If anything, we should probably do it like out here. But I don't know. I haven't quite decided. We're going to hold off on that for now. I've been really wanting to add one of these lights and alarms. I think we're going to throw one in right here. And I'm also going to place one over here in the back somewhere. Maybe right here. This gives it a really nice effect. Just look at that. That looks awesome. Now it's really looking like a prison. Our next step is going to obviously be to open up this path. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's see. A wall furniture is on. Oh, okay. So let me remove the wall furniture. And now we can remove this gate. And I think I'm going to grab this little lantern I got right here. We'll move it down to maybe this corner. And there we go. Now we've got ourselves an entire gym. Prisoners are on their way over here to get some enjoyment. And we've got this entire open area to work with, which for the time being, what I'm going to do is use that as kind of like an eating area. We'll move all of these eating tables over here so they aren't kind of in the way. Perfect. Right there, just like that. And look at that, dude. We've got ourselves an even bigger prison now, dude. This is sick. I love this. Look at that. Everyone is actually using everything. This is awesome. Now, unfortunately, I can't go get more prisoners just yet because, yes, unfortunately, we need to add more showers. And I also need to add one more chef because, so I've heard, it is one chef per 10 prisoners, which would make sense because nobody is complaining about the chef. So looks like that might be something that we have to do our next video. But again, just to give you guys a quick little rundown on what to expect in the next video, we're probably going to be working on expanding the shower at that point. We're going to head back here, which I will actually go ahead and make the purchases right now to show you guys. So we are heading all the way back here and expanding this to turn it into a bigger shower system. And then hopefully, if I'm able to get that done really fast, we can work on expanding the office for the officers and moving our kitchen, which realistically, I feel like the kitchen would probably be the best right over here. Problem with that is that we would have to kind of eliminate this section here and turn that into a hallway that then would lead over here. This is kind of cool, dude. I really want to get all of this stuff done. I'm probably going to leave my stuff farming so I can make a lot of money overnight. I definitely feel like if we want to go ahead and sit down, really work on everything like crazy, we're going to need a lot of money. Securely, probably like 25, maybe 30,000. And I feel like I can definitely get that overnight for sure. Or who knows, maybe I'll start doing a little bit of the destroying off camera, and then we'll do the building on camera. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How should I go about it? Should I destroy it off camera and have it all ready just to build in the next video? Or should I just leave everything and we do it all on camera? Either way, I'm excited. I'm really happy with how the sports center turned out. Hopefully, we should be receiving some type of an update this weekend. Some more items to really work with and some more systems would be amazing. Hopefully we can expand, maybe make this gym look a lot cooler. But for the time being, I am very happy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel for more My Prison content. That's going to go out there for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.